It's the year of the first-person shooter with Battlefield 2042, Call of Duty Vanguard and Halo Infinite all launching. Whatever your shooter of choice, it's important that you are battle ready for the upcoming firefights. Whether you're on PC, PlayStation or Xbox, times have changed when it comes to the tools of the trade, be them a keyboard and mouse or a controller, and going in with stock peripherals isn't a good idea. Hello there, this is Mac4GG Community, a community channel that pays its creators real money. Find out more information and how to submit your own content in the description below. Today I want to talk about some peripheral upgrades that I deem must-haves for the upcoming slate of first-person shooters. I'm going to keep it locked to control inputs, so keyboard and mouse and controllers, as there's a fair bit to go over. It's not just PC gamers that are using mice these days, as many console games are offering mouse support too. The mouse is arguably the most accurate tool in gaming, outside of VR anyway, and so it's important to arm yourself with the best that you can get for your budget. The latest trends have leaned towards incredibly light mice that are easy to swipe around on a mousepad. And as sensor tech has improved, many of the top mouse manufacturers are offering wireless solutions that are just as fast and dependable as their wired variants. If you're looking for the best ergonomic mouse, then I can personally vouch for the glorious Model D, which comes in wired and wireless, and also a smaller size in the D-. Another worthy competitor is the Roccat Kone Pro Air. For those who prefer the ambidextrous shape, then the Logitech G Pro X Superlight stands head and shoulders above the competition, even if its name is atrocious. This used to be a pricey recommendation, but I keep seeing it significantly discounted, so I definitely keep an eye out for price drops. Otherwise, Glorious again has a great option in the Model O, O-, and O Wireless. Also, the HyperX Pulsefire Haste is a winner in our books, and that's the one that Jazz daily drives in the other room. Bottom line is the lighter the weight, the better, so long as the shape works. I had tried the MM720 from Cooler Master, which weighs just 49 grams, but my hand started to cramp up after 10 minutes or so. Oh, and don't be afraid to go wireless, provided it's a 2.4 GHz solution and not Bluetooth, as that will just be laggy. In the keyboard scene, Razer has been making waves with its optomechanical switches, which are super fast and dependable. There's also the trend of above 1000 Hz polling rates for both keyboards and mice. I've tested a couple of 8000 Hz peripherals, and at best there's maybe a slight improvement on the mice side, but it's definitely not something to sway your purchasing decision. For me, when it comes to keyboards for gaming, the most important aspect is the size of the board itself. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll have seen how the custom keyboard scene has taken off. Now, I'm not saying you have to go and drop $500 on a custom keyboard, but I definitely recommend considering a smaller form factor board. Foregoing the number pad allows more room to swing the mouse and makes for a more ergonomically sound positioning with less stretching. It sounds over the top, but it works. I tried and loved the 60% form factor for a while, but I've recently settled into the 75% form factor so that I can keep my dedicated arrow keys and function row. The RK84 and variants of that board, like the Vissels V84, which is my exact keyboard I'm using here, offer fantastic bang for your buck and can be easily customized thanks to the hot swappable nature. Many mainstream brands are pushing out 60% and 65% keyboards, which are solid options. My own highlights include the Fanatec Streak 65, which may soon be getting updated, and the HyperX Aloy Origin 60. The glorious GMMK Pro is another fantastic option and feels like quality, especially after some modding, but the price tag will scare some folks off. Xbox players have had access to the Elite controller for many years now. It's an easy go-to option for anyone who relies on the paddles on the back of a pad, which allows for jumping, crouching, meleeing, reloading, all while keeping your thumbs on the analog sticks to continue moving and aiming. However, I should also mention that SCUF is very much another solid option with its Instinct Pro line. It has a different paddle solution, which are more like buttons, that I personally prefer over the Elite, but both are compelling options over the stock pad. Just the paddles alone offer such a huge advantage, and I could never go back to stock for first-person shooters. As for the best PS5 controller, this is where things get tricky and where Sony is doing us absolutely no favours whatsoever. The DualSense pad may have some impressive tech inside of it, like the adaptive triggers and rumble, but if you're looking to play in any competitive sense, you'll have already disabled these effects for multiplayer. Good for single player, yes, but for multiplayer, they're just an obvious hindrance. I had hoped that Sony would be adding paddles to the PS5 controller as they released the back button attachment for the DualShock 4, but apparently it wasn't a proof of concept or anything like that. This is a damn shame, and the DualSense just doesn't feel good to me as someone who has grown to love and depend upon those back buttons. Thankfully, third parties are working to bring paddles to the DualSense pad. The most common has to be the Extreme Rate Programmable Rise Remap Kit. It's cheap at $40 or around £36, but it does require some technical know-how and can be risky. It is possible to pay a premium to get this kit attached to a controller, but the prices can get a little up there. I have one here provided by Hex Gaming and it works flawlessly, but the prices start at $200, so it's definitely not cheap. Hopefully Sony itself is working on an Xbox Elite Pad equivalent. Until then, third parties are the only way to go. It's definitely a steep investment, but the benefits of back buttons or paddles, as well as trigger stops, become apparent in every gunfight, especially in jump-heavy games like Halo. I will quickly mention that at the time of scripting this video, Scuf is now teasing its own lineup of custom PS5 controllers, finally, so there's another option to watch out for. What keyboard, mouse and/or controller are you wielding? Will you be making an upgrade before the onslaught of shooters release, or are you happy with your current arsenal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, hit the like button. This has been Mac for GG Community. See you again soon.